All right. Looks like we're up and running. Let's switch everything over on the layout, and we will go ahead and get started for today. There it goes. Okay, we are jumping back into endgame grinding in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It's been a hot minute since I streamed this. I usually try and work in a stream of this game every few weeks or so, and that'll probably continue for the near future, at least until I feel like I don't really have anything else to do in the game. And given the end game grind is quite intensive, I don't think I'll be done with Sunbreak anytime soon. We look at the... my head's sort of blocking it a little bit. But anomaly researcher level is at 134, and I believe it maxes out at 300. So we still have a ways to go before we get to the top end level of difficulty in afflicted quests. But what I wanted to do today is gonna have a little bit of a focus difference compared to some of the other streams, but more or less we'll be doing the same thing. So let me switch my equipment here. Now we can put that on there, I guess. Doesn't really matter.
Money on my mother, mine. Cop 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski made of wine. Foie gras bust of Albert Einstein. Get money.
Hey, we got Red Dragon coming in with a resub. Thanks for 4 months, Red Dragon. Very kind of you. Also, welcome. How is your day going? I'm glad I got the alerts working again. Okay, let's go to the equipment menus here. I'm trying to explain what I'm going to do. So, on previous streams, since we're in the end game in Sunbreak, what I've been grinding is the different levels of afflicted quests to get different materials for upgrading weapons. Weapons and upgrading and creating endgame armor sets for the respective weapons that I use. I know we did some grinding previously for the materials in order to get a Lancer set. And I think we have everything to make it. I just haven't made it yet. Another problem that we have is I am never with enough armor spheres when it comes to upgrading defense levels for everything. So that's why I've been just grinding afflicted quests in general, because they give you armor spheres. Hey, Snake's here. What's up, Snake? Welcome to the stream. Hope your Sunday is going well. If we take a look at the Tempest set, Amatsu's set, we have a mix of mostly Tempest pieces and the Furious Rajang pieces. This is what's in my dual blade set. I'm using this for SNS as well, but these are not fully upgraded. If you look at the level on the right under the rarity, these go up to 30, no 29. And so I've been incrementally dropping armor spheres onto these to upgrade them so that I can max defense out, and then the set will be more or less done upgrade-wise, unless I want to roll some random upgrades later. Snake says, for some reason, I thought today was Monday. I hope today's not Monday. That would mean I'm not at work, which would be a bit of a problem. And so one reason why I'm doing a lot of the afflicted quests is, one, because I need all sorts of bits for upgrades, and also I just need to upgrade my armor sets. And well, we can do a few on here. I'm not hoarding these for a specific number. Let's see how many it'll take. To 29. Okay, that'll eat 15. Oh, these are expensive. 304k. That's okay. I'm gonna burn a lot of money doing this as well. The end game grind in Sunbreak, in addition to the materials, there are a lot of resources and money to fully upgrade stuff. It is not cheap. Okay, we'll do one more. $210. $100k. Yeah, that wiped out a lot of my money. But we're getting closer. This one also 29, and then the feet 29 as well. We probably have enough to max out everything, but it would take the majority of our spheres, and I don't need to do it right this minute. Hey, Sour Lad's here. What's up, Sour Lad? Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Now, if we take a look at our defense, we're up to 879 now. So maybe another like 40 or so, which if we get this set over 900 when everything's fully maxed out, that'll probably give a good buffer. Stuff is still going to hurt as the affliction quest level goes up, but eventually I want to have a fully upgraded set for all the weapons I use, all over 900, closer to 1,000 defense if that's absolutely possible. Sorry, that says I'm good, and you guys? I can't complain. It's been a pretty low-key day. Hey, Eric's here. What's up, Eric? And a good afternoon to you too as well. Okay, we'll run Hermitar. This will be a good warm-up. I need bits from this monster. And let's see. Let's put Luchika on bow. I don't know if I've ever had her take a bow. And we'll take Master of All Weapons, Itsushi, and put him on bow as well. We'll have the two NPC followers back me up with range, and I'll go duels, thunder duels. Oop, water. Eric says nothing much, just playing some God of War. Oh, nice. Are you playing the latest God of War or one of the older ones? I haven't played a God of War game in a while, but they are on my list of things to play eventually, if I ever get a PS5. I've never paid attention to the gear that the NPCs get. What weapons are you two using? I think Utsushi's using the Commodore bow. And Luchika, I can't see over here. That's one of the guild weapons? I don't recognize that. I don't know bows too well.
Give me some of that sweet ore.
Jurtotis. Let's ignore you.
You're going down.
Beeline it straight for the crab. Snake says, man, it's weird they made a game based on the Monster Hunter movie. What Monster Hunter movie? I don't think there's ever been a Monster Hunter movie. Snake, I don't know what you're talking about. You might be thinking of Resident Evil. Right, this is 133 crab. We definitely want to make sure we don't get hit. And we might see some new attacks. Snake says, I mean, they made this entire game series based on the Monster Hunter movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's my buddy.
I think that might be fake news. Makes you wonder if they're going to let Paul W.S. Anderson touch any of the other Capcom properties. But we don't talk about the Monster Hunter movie.
No more holding back.
Oh. Free ride.
Watch and learn.
Snake says, man, I can't wait until the Mega Man X movie. If they made a Mega Man X movie, I would hope they didn't give it to Paul W.S. Anderson. That's a series that would be good for like an anime, like an animated movie. I wouldn't want to see a live action Mega Man movie. I don't think that would end well. Man. There's no range on the tail slap. And it's slow. Alright, stack up damage. Sit down. Keep Heaven Sent buff on for infinite stamina. As long as you don't get hit. Nope. Okay, it's tired. Stagger thresholds for Hermitar seem to be relatively low when you're hitting it in the legs, which is good. I like practicing against this monster on afflicted tiers just because its tells are pretty easy to read. Even at 133, should be able to get a sub 15 time on this one as long as I don't make any stupid mistakes.
That's my buddy.
Leaving?
Inevitable. Let's go. Yeah. Now's my chance.
Oh, I need to pay attention to the background music level. Let me know if it's either too quiet or too loud. I think I had to change my settings last time I had a co-host on. So if the background is disruptive, let me know. It should be okay. The music will be a little bit easier to hear when stuff starts popping off and will be a little bit lower the rest of the time. Oh yeah, that dancing kind of jab move, that's new. I think at 100 something it picks that technique up. Oh. Got fire hosed. Snake says the game's a little bit quiet. Okay, I can up the background music a little. The sound effects I think are louder than the music. I'll up it maybe like 10%. One time it was a bit too loud, so I think that's why I dropped it. Ah. Time to get roar locked. Thanks, fish. That was the wrong one. That could have been bad. That's what I want. One thing that's dangerous about the crabs is that a lot of their attacks don't cause a stagger. Like the claw swipes and some of the other things, they'll clip you, will do damage, but they won't knock you over. And so it's easy to miss that you're getting hit, which is bad because these things do a decent amount of damage at this level. Yeah, stuff like that. It'll do damage, but it won't knock you over. You gotta be careful. Hey, it's the burb.
That's one for the history books.
It's almost dead. We're just about 10 minutes.
Love you, buddy.
Nope. Oh, misread that. Okay. There we go. Like 10 right on the dot. I'll fix the volume as soon as I carve here. I'll just up it a little bit with the background music. I'll leave sound effects where they're at because those can get kind of noisy. Okay. Any shinies? No. Yeah, leave it at 50 for now. When a lot of stuff's going on, and I'll probably kick up a little bit louder. All right, what do we get? Coins. Afflicted Pure Blood. This is the tier 3 drop for this particular monster. That's the tier 2. Okay, not bad. What kind of points do I get for 133? Okay, we hit 135 with this particular quest. And we're topped out at 135. Okay. And that counts as a research quest. So with all the grinding that we're doing in the end game in Sunbreak, one thing that I'm working towards both on stream and off stream is having final armor sets for every weapon that I plan on using. I was talking to Matt a couple weeks ago about some extra life plans. And I think we're going to try and do an extra life stream for Monster Hunter. We need to talk to the bosses and see. But one thing we were kicking around as far as an idea for a Monster Hunter stream with all of us would be kind of like a chat picks a weapon to use. So if we take a look at the weapon list here, there's 14 of them. And if the group goes out on a quest, maybe something like chat gets to choose which weapon everybody has to use for that one quest. And so what I want to do in preparation for that is have a workable set for everything in the game, including heavy gun, which I haven't done at all. I don't play heavy gun in this game, but I play more or less a little bit of everything else. Snake says, if you do that, hope you like dual blades. I do like dual blades. The best set I've got right now is a dual blade set. We're covered there. But I have no horns. I've got hammers, a decent hammer set, a bunch of switch axes, I don't think all of them. Decent amount of charge blades. I have a light gun. I have no glaives. I haven't made any glaives yet. And then I haven't made any bows. So I'm probably covered for, or great swords actually. I'm probably covered for maybe like 2/3 of the weapons if they get randomly chosen. But there's some other ones that I need to build sets for. Long swords one, great sword. Gun lance were good. Lance I haven't built, but I have the stuff for it. But yeah, that's an idea that I think would be fun. Either like a random poll of like 4 choices that chat gets to choose one for the entire group, and then the one with the most votes is what we have to take out. Or maybe based on like donations, I don't know. But it'd basically be you guys choose what we do. And so that might be a thing. Snake says, oh god, all of you at longswords tripping each other up. Yep, you better get shock absorber jewels if you don't want to get knocked over by your teammates. Heavy gun would be one that I'd be worried about since I don't play this weapon at all. I know roughly how to use it, but I'd have to build something for it just in case. And so what I may end up doing at some point is building one general purpose raw damage weapon for these sets that I haven't built out yet. So like great sword. I might be able to use my hammer armor set for great sword because it has fast charge. And then just build something that's got decent damage so that, we don't get murdered. But eventually, by the time I'm completely done with Sunbreak, which is probably several hundred hours at least from now, I want to have complete sets and weapons built out for everything, probably except for heavy gun. I don't play it because I don't really like the way it plays in this game. But for all the other ones, like all the elemental bows, all elemental long swords, great sword, that element's not as important there. One good damage great sword is probably all I need. All the horns with the good songs, glaives. There's a lot. If you want to build stuff for all the weapons, and I don't mean just the weapons. If you do that, you'll be playing this game forever. But in the end game, there's so much to do. That's why I stream this one all the time. There's just so much to be doing and working towards, which is good.
I'll be here when you need me. Be sure to check the special quest.
Okay, need to make sure and rotate these through. These give me armor spheres too.
I look forward to your safe return.
I'm getting a little bit low on money, relatively low, of just over 1 million zenny, which sounds like a lot, but when A whole stack of armor upgrades costs like 300k. It's really not that much money. And so I got to start looking at stuff that I can sell. I could sell some eggs. These are just valuables you accumulate through different quests. Another thing, I could do ore runs, which I'm not going to do on stream. That would be incredibly boring to watch. But for the different ores, I don't have a ton of them now, but going through the volcano on master rank and then just doing farming runs to stack up ore and selling those off gets you a pretty decent amount of change. It's primarily where I've gotten the majority of my money from. Like if we did 100 of the Ultimus crystals, which we need to keep some on hand, but we don't need 202 of them. That's 210k right there. Meldspar, we'll hold on to that. Fire cell, could sell 100 of that. 100 or so. 200k. We've made back our money from everything before. But yeah, endgame upgrades, they do get expensive. So let's see. Let's switch up the quests a little bit. If I go to weapon crafting, I'm kind of focusing on duels for now since I think I have the most upgrades in duels. But if we take, let's see, we've been using the ice one quite a bit. If we want to increase the elemental level, we need afflicted dire carapace, afflicted dire scale, and afflicted hard claw. Those are fairly high level materials from the afflicted investigations. Let's see. Let's do carapace first. Let's go down the list.
There's a special quest for you.
Afflicted dire carapace. So regular basil geese. 25-minute limit. That's not too bad. Let's try the same combination again. Double bows. Oh, we could take Hino on a bow. Normally I put her on horn for support.
If anyone can handle this,
Basil should be weak against thunder. Yep. It's time for explosions.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Another reason why I've been using this particular set for kind of a mix of duels and SNS if I want to switch things up. The reason why I'm using this set so much is because it has a really good set of skills for fast hitting weapons, and two, because its defense is probably the highest of all the sets that I've got. And so I'm using this to grind and farm, but eventually when I build the other sets, I'll have things I could switch to and use on these different afflicted investigations and not get murdered. It's like I could use my Lancer set that I've got, but its defense is considerably lower, and it doesn't have a ton of attack skill synergy. So if I take it, it's a little bit of a risk and not necessarily as optimized for damage. And that's what I'm trying to fix and doing all this grinding. There you are. I usually take range into this fight, so we will see how this goes. Thought Heaven Sent procced. Level 3 hasn't procced yet. There it goes. Explosive scales everywhere. Having mobile weapon is handy, but really at melee it means you're right under Basil at any given point, which is incredibly dangerous. Meanwhile, I'm trying to hit all of the afflicted cores to knock it over. Oh, come on, really?
You're the best, pal.
I'm gonna memorize all the patterns of the scales too. There's kind of like a fan pattern in front. There's like a line. There's that sort of spreading move that Basil can do where it scatters them all around, goes straight up in the air, and then detonates them all at once. Uh-oh. Where are you?
Love you, buddy.
Uh-oh. Bombs. Bombs. Ugh. Ah, okay. Not too bad. There's a lot to manage. Explosives do a decent amount of damage, but not terrible. What level are we on? Oh, 120? Okay, yeah. It's always interesting to see across the Monster Hunter games how Capcom implements the end game grind for like, their Master Rank equivalent games. Iceborne would have been the last one. Then the previous generations with like the Generations Ultimate or whichever installments came out on 3DS before. Hey, first time chat from Mason Pari 23. Is that how you say your name? Hello, and welcome to the Monster Hunter stream, where I attempt to hunt monsters with varying levels of competency. Where is it? There you are. Mason Parr says, yes, how are you? I'm doing good. Currently trying to deal with Angry Bagel. The endgame grind in Sunbreak is always eventful. One wrong move and you'll get pancaked. Are you a Monster Hunter player, Mason? I don't want to assume, but if you tuned in the stream, I'm assuming you at least have heard of Monster Hunter. Usually the first question I'll ask people if they're a fellow hunter is what weapon they play. Because I'm always interested to hear what weapons people play in the game. Yeah, alright. You can get angry, it's fine. Mason says, I've heard, never played. Wanted to, though. I see. Well, this particular title, Monster Hunter Rise, available on literally every platform now, is a great entry in the series and a good place to start for a lot of people, I think. There's a lot of kind of more beginner-friendly things that they've done in this series or title that's makes it easier to get into if you've never played a Monster Hunter game. A lot of the older ones on like 3DS and other systems back in the day were a lot more difficult to get into. You know, they explain a bit less. Still good games. They're just a bit more of a challenge to kind of learn and get into. Monster Hunter World, also a good title from the 5th generation of games that we're in now. Good place to start. If you want a bit more of a, let's say, cinematic experience, World is good for that. I like the mechanics of Rise better, just from a gameplay perspective and the way the game is structured. For example, this is the end game grind we're doing in Sunbreak right now. I didn't get too far into Monster Hunter World and Iceborne's end game grind. To me, it wasn't quite as interesting. But I know a lot of people who played hundreds of hours in that game too, so kind of comes down to what your experience is and also what systems you have to play the games on. That's pretty important too. We're on PC here, playing Monster Hunter. Ooh, okay, life's getting low.
Thanks a bunch.
Mason says, currently cooking. What are you cooking? Oh, we're going up the left side. You don't have to say if you don't want to, Mason. I'm just curious because I like to cook too. There you are. Oh, there's a Teostra here. Okay. Good old toaster. Japanese curry rice. Oh, very nice. Are you using like a box curry, like an SMB or golden curry, or are you doing scratch curry? Oh, we need to switch. We want Teo as our ride. Come here. Oh, there's a flamethrower. Okay. I don't really remember Teostra's riding moveset. Mason says scratch. My husband would judge me otherwise. Oh, I gotcha. Scratch curry is even more impressive. Oh, I'll try and get the tail. It's a good knockdown. Want to stack up a lot of damage on the tail before Basil gets up here. Because the tail is usually lifted a bit higher off the ground, it's tough to hit, so I'm focusing on the feet, trying to get a knockdown. But yeah, scratch Japanese curry. You do like vegetables or meat. I like to put a mix of... Oh, not good paralysis, whoever did that. I like to put a mix of onions, mushrooms, and sliced apples in my curry. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory, and some spice. I like spicy food, so throwing in some stuff for heat I like to put in my curry. Usually if I'm making Japanese style curry, it's for like katsu curry. Try and emulate some of the stuff that I tried at the joints in Japan when we went somewhat recently. was just telling some people I knew about the chain Koko Ichibanya in Japan. Their curry dishes are really good. Very tasty. Mason says, it's early to be cooking for me, but I'm hungry. About the same. I definitely like spice. I don't put apples, though. Yeah, apples, I know that's not super common. I think some of the box brands like Vermont, it's another Japanese curry. They put like a little bit of apple to give it some sweetness. And so when I started making it, I thought, what if we just peel some apples and chop them up and put them in the curry? So it kind of pairs some sweet with the salty and savory flavor. It's pretty good. Oh, Luchika's down.
That's my buddy.
And she's up. Oh, that's not good. Not good. Another thing I've done for curries as well, if I want to get a little bit more of a starch, add some substance to it in addition to like the apples and mushrooms, instead of regular like yellow potatoes, which I know is really common, or carrots, I've done yams, sweet potatoes, specifically orange or red yams, I think they're called, depending on what country you live in. But I'll do peeled, diced yams or sweet potatoes instead of yellow potatoes, and they'll give it a little bit more sweetness. Where were we at? About 15. Okay, I got to keep an eye on the time limit. This is a 25 max time limit, which is not a lot. But if we can do it in around 20, that'll be good.
Mine now.
Oh, whoops. Where's Volvodon? Oh. Take a ride.
You do what I say now. It's all yours.
Oh. Ooh. I could have been mad. Mason says, usually I don't cook Japanese foods. My husband usually does. He is Japanese and quite picky when I cook his home dishes. I understand, though. Ah, I see. Yeah, I like Japanese food. It's probably the type of food I most know how to cook, just from learning recipes and whatnot. Big fan of katsu. Big fan of sushi. I don't really cook that. I just go somewhere for sushi. Konomiyaki is another one. I got to actually try a konomiyaki when I was in Japan in the spring. I got a chance to try the real thing. It was great. What was over there? Valkana? Was it Valkana on the map? Oh, Teo must have left. Okay. Hey, there goes your tail. Pile on the damage. Wow, okay. And it's almost dead. Good timing. Uh-oh. much less time to get away from the explosive scales when Basil's enraged. So as soon as you see him drop, you gotta get away or they'll blow you up. There we go. 16? 16 minutes? That's not bad for 120.
All right, let's see what we have.
Mason asks, have you tried Korean food? I have. Now, not in Korea. I've never been to Korea before, but I'm a big fan of Korean barbecue. I do like bibimbap, kimchi. Haven't been to Korean barbecue in a hot minute.
What have we here?
Every once in a while, I'll try and hit one up. I think, is it Daeji bulgogi? It's one of my favorite things to eat in Korean, the spicy barbecue pork. That's good stuff. I feel like we got a lot of our help from assists and invading monsters that round. Ooh. Basil Mantle. That's nice. I don't need it for anything at the moment, but that is a rare drop. Here's our Dire Carapace. This is level 3. This is level 2. Or maybe this is level 2. I don't remember. I don't have a ton of this particular material, but we need it. Oh, we hit 136. And the base quest level is up to 130. Oh boy. Mason says, bit basic when it comes to my home dishes. I definitely like making kimchi jjigae. I like cucumber and cabbage kimchi, especially if it's spicy. All right, let's see. That should have been the bit we need for the elemental upgrade. Let's make sure. Yep. Now we need Dire Scale Plus. Dire Scale Plus. Okay.
I'll be here when you need me. A special quest has been added. I pray that this calamity may soon come to an
Afflicted, Dire Scale. Where are you? Do I not have Afflicted Dire Scale on my locked list here? Maybe not. Okay. Look at the rest of these. This is Shell. Oh.
Curios still causing trouble. I know that. But I
Afflicted Scale becomes Afflicted Shards. Oh, here we go. Afflicted Dire Scale. So Rathalos is one. I should pull up my... I have a graphic that tells me what I need to be farming. Grab that. There we go. Afflicted Dire Scale plus... That requires... Rathalos is one. Mizutsune or Astalos. I thought I had a Mizutsune on here. Did I unlock it? I was farming up a Mizutsune quest. And it was decently high, too. Okay. I think it was this one. I wonder if I unlocked it. We need to level this one up to 100 something. 101. 101 or higher gets dire scale plus. Okay. Yeah, we can do this one. And we'll switch our followers. Let's take Fiorain, the Knight, Sword and Shield. And let's take Sir J. We'll keep him on Glaive. Mix up our NPC followers. We want water res. Yeah, we don't have to change our weapon. We take Thunder Element. Yeah, should be good.
Time to show you what I'm made of. I mean, time to show you the fruits of my training.
Never mind protocol, Jay. Let us enjoy ourselves, shall we?
We're back on the Shrine Ruins map. And there's a target. Maybe we can switch from dual blades to another weapon after this. Maybe do SNS. I want to just do one weapon the entire stream. That'll be probably a bit boring for everybody watching, but it's going to get me the best times because this set is geared towards duels. But we can switch around. Aw. Ooh. That's a lot of damage. Oh, that's right. And I gotta remember the moveset for Mizu.
Love it, buddy.
Try and go for tail shots when we can. I think I'll need mantles for some of the water gear I'm trying to build later. Woo. Go down. Oh, I was lucky. Yeah, there's the backflip. Couldn't get the cores busted fast enough.
You're the best, pal.
We were farming up the violet Mizutsune, which is the rare species, the fire element rare species. I haven't done the regular one in a while. Uh-oh. That's bad timing. Got bubble blight, so I'm sliding all over the place. It'll go away if I get hit, but I'll lose my buff state. I don't want to do that. Oh, that'll do it. Okay, chip on the head. You still need to get a chip on the tail. Like that. Okay, it's tired. Oh, maybe that's a tail chip. Yep. Okay. Now I need to sever. Hey, it's Puke Puke. Ah, need to dodge that body slam better. That works. Mounted state. And we'll get a free ride from Puke. Not if I miss, though. I completely missed. What a waste. Oh well. Managed to launch music all the way around the target and not actually hit the target. Ow. Good knockdown. A little tough to see, though. Alright, it's leaving. Reason why I'm focusing so much on cutting the tail is so I can get a carve chance for a rare drop off the tail. Get really lucky, maybe I'll get another mantle. Plus, it'll reduce the hitbox when Mizutsune's doing all those flips and tail swipes. If I take the tip off, it'll reduce the hitbox a little bit. Red Dragon asks, playing with friends? Nope, I'm just doing solo hunts with the NPCs right now. Trying to grind up anomaly bits. And there's a lot of higher level ones I need. I could go in with randoms, but it's a little bit of a risk, since it's very easy to get murdered at this level. Maybe I'll do some randoms at some point later in the stream, but for now I'm just doing solo stuff with the NPC followers. Did you ever get into the end game of Sunbreak, Red Dragon? I know you were playing this. The anomaly grind is real. It's fun, but there's a lot to it. Red Dragon says nope. Well, it's not like the game's going anywhere. No, you don't. Red Dragon says I haven't even finished the main game yet. I'm sure you'll get there, man. I tend to spend a lot of time in the post game for the master rank stuff in Monster Hunter. Usually where the majority of my hours come from is doing stuff like this, building endgame sets. I haven't even killed everything. I have not taken out Primordial Malzeno yet. It's partly why I'm upgrading my armor. So I tried and worked pretty hard because I was taking a ton of damage. That one, there's a couple of Risens I haven't fought either. Risen Val I've not managed to kill yet. Risen Shigata Magala haven't even unlocked.
The monster's looking at you!
Ah, got your tail. Are we at 10 minutes? This is level 100 afflicted quest. I think it'd be a pretty impressive feat to get to 300 or whatever the max. I think it's 300. Max tier investigation level or research level. But it's going to take a long time, a lot of grinding. I care more about building armor and equipment than just getting that level, but I kind of want to see all of the stupid level advanced quests that unlock when you get to that research level. Oh, nice. Alright, back's broken. I was saying earlier that I think we're due for some news on the Monster Hunter front. It wouldn't surprise me either at TGS, which I believe is coming up, or the next major press show. They'll have at least an announcement. I think we're still probably a year or so away from an actual release for Monster Hunter, but they usually will announce the game in development maybe a year before, a year and a half before it comes out. And they've finished all of the content for the one we're playing right now for Sunbreak. The last bonus update was June. And so, based on the development cycle, I think we're coming up on a 6th generation announcement for Monster Hunter. And I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like. What's going to be the next big innovation for the series. So we'll see. You place your bets. Mason says, I'll be back. My daughter is crying. No worries. I'll be here. Hope your daughter's doing okay. Sit down. Try and get the last of those cores. Uh-oh. It's not fast enough. Okay, 15-minute mark. Should be getting close. The sub 20 would be good. Aw. Okay, there we go. Almost dead. Stay still. Nice. Good paralysis. There we go. Like right under 15. It's like 14 and a half minutes, I think.
I must say I'm impressed. Your training is really paying off, Jay.
Thanks for the kind words, but I gotta keep packing on muscle mass.
It's not just about strength.
This should level the reward up from afflicted dire scales to dire scale pluses, which is what we want. What do we break? I think we broke head twice, at least once. Back, tail sever. Did not break the claws. Claws on the hands. Those are kind of difficult to hit. Oh well. Okay, more scales. Hit 137 on max research level. That's good. Level 110. Mizutsune. 1448, just under 15 minutes. That's respectable. We made a couple mistakes, but we didn't get any carts. Another thing, we were talking about the Extra Life event coming up next month. Another thing that I suggested that could be fun for a Monster Hunter stream, in addition to chat picks weapons, would be a punishment game for carts. When you run out of health and get KO'd, and you get carted back to base camp, you can do that 3 times before you fail on a normal mission. I think it'd be fun if we're doing hard stuff. Every time one of us carts, that's like a cash punishment. I said like $10 donation to Extra Life charity. That could be fun. Incentivize you to play better. Okay, let's make sure that quest reward is leveled up.
Special quest for you. Would you like to try it?
Yep, there's the Dire Scale Plus. We could do that one again, but maybe switch weapons. And go Sword and Shield. Another weapon that works pretty well with this armor set, so I don't have to swap a ton out. We'll go Atomic Mind, Narwhal's Sword and Shield. And we'll change our layered. Didn't really burn a lot of resources there. That's good.
Be sure to check the special quest. Normally quests can
Then we're going to do this one again. It's 110, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, this is a max 2 participants one, so it's got a multiplier on it. That's good. This time, let's take Arlo 1 Gun Lance. And we'll take Utsushi on, let's see, let's give him Glaive. That'll be different.
May tranquil days return to us shortly.
Okay, now I gotta adjust my strategy a little bit since we're playing a different weapon. We won't be initial D drifting at high speeds with Sword and Shield. And before I jump into this quest, this one might take a little longer. I'm going to run to the little Raku's room real quick and fry some chicken. I'll be back in 1 minute, and then we will resume. All right. Chicken has been fried. Now let us continue. Okay, this is rematch against now level 110 afflicted Mizutsune. With the sword and shield. Let's get it.
Let's make this a quick one.
Same map. Same everything, just slightly more difficult.
Let's see what Kimura's top hunters can do, yeah?
Back.
Hey there.
Let's go. Uh-oh, come on, where's my parry at? We were talking about potential for the new generation of Monster Hunter. One question I've been asking folks I know who play the Monster Hunter games, or at least are familiar with them, with the assumption that there's going to be an announcement probably soon, I've been asking people what they would like to see as far as gameplay or monsters or any sort of specific content in the next generation of Monster Hunter games. Always an interesting topic of conversation. So I'll pose that to the chat here too. If you're familiar with Monster Hunter and have played the games, what do you want to see in the 6th generation of Monster Hunter? It could either be like a gameplay gimmick or specific monsters that maybe haven't been in the series for a while. Always interested to hear people's thoughts. I personally think the next Monster Hunter game is going to be a bit more slow and methodical compared to this one. This game is very quick. There's a lot of high mobility with the wire bugs and the ability to kind of Spider-Man style zip around in the air, which I think is really fun. I like it a lot. But I can't foresee them going faster. They could. They could go even faster and make it more like a character action DMC type game, but I don't think they would do that. We'll see. Capcom does a pretty good job of mixing up their gameplay, and it's always fresh and interesting for Monster Hunter. It's partly why I like the series so much. Sit down. I know, talking to some other folks, talking to Pups, They said one thing that they wanted to see in the next game is return of underwater combat, and I don't know if I agree with that. Underwater combat was the gimmick of 3rd generation with Tri and 3 Ultimate. And while I didn't hate underwater combat, it was clunky. Maybe they could kind of revamp it and make it flow a little bit better, but the problem was the weapons handled radically different underwater. And some weapons handled underwater better than others. So, depending on what your main weapon was in the game, when you had to go fight monsters underwater, sometimes it'd be easier and sometimes it'd be much harder. I think I hammered in 3rd generation. That was my main weapon. And hammer was okay, but it was a little disorienting. That is an unpopular opinion. I think in the Monster Hunter community, a lot of people have been playing the games for a while, aren't super keen on them bringing back underwater combat. I think it could definitely be done better now with more modern controls and control schemes. But I don't know. That would surprise me. It would surprise me quite a bit if they brought that back. Ow. Oof. Okay, be careful. At 110, this thing's gonna be doing more damage. Nice. Try to go for the tail cut. Perfect rush. Now with Sword and Shield, because we're not relying quite as much on speed and mobility, this one I would say is probably more offense focused. But the skills that are on the armor set that, again, work really well for duels, things that consume a lot of stamina, still works here. It's just not really the most optimized. Like I could swap in the Slugger skill for KOs. But for now, it'll work perfectly fine, and it'll be more serviceable for Sword and Shield than the set I was using before. There's some good crit and offense skills on there, in addition to the stuff like Heaven Sent, which is what gives me infinite stamina. Infinite stamina is not super critical for Sword and Shield, but it will make, it'll make evasion a little bit safer, which is always welcome. All right.
Don't let him get away! This should make it good as new.
The set has sharpness boosts on it as well. The previous one I was using did not. So even if the stamina skills aren't super critical for Sword and Shield, the fact that this is, I think, maxed out handicraft sharpness boost, that's nice. And when we trigger Heaven Sent, assuming I don't take a hit, we get infinite sharpness as well, which is really good for Sword and Shield. I like that. Big hitbox. Another big innovation in Monster Hunter gameplay for this game that was unique to Rise and Sunbreak specifically is the ability to control monsters when you ride them. The mounting mechanic had always been there as a 4th generation, but it was really more of a mount the monster and knock them over for free hits, versus this game, when they enter that rideable state, You can control what they do for a brief amount of time. They have their own move sets. That was really fun. I honestly don't think they'll bring that back since it was kind of the gimmick of this game. That along with the wire bugs. But it's a neat idea. Oh, really? Got hosed. Uh-oh. Yep. Caught mid-animation.
Watch out for the monster!
Oh, there it is.
There's our chance! I'm gonna get you!
Still going for hits on the tail, trying to get that sever. Ow.
That's my buddy.
KO would be nice too.
The monster's looking at you!
Oh, no, not that time. And gotten hit by that almost every time. He dodged better.
You're the best, pal.
As soon as I get Heaven Sent, I get clocked. That is not very efficient.
Now it's personal!
Uh-oh. Bad time to be animation locked into Perfect Rush. Very bad. Okay, coming up on 10 minutes. I think we were making better time with the duels. Still doing all right, but I think it was a cleaner run before. I haven't done Sword and Shield in a bit. Gotta get the rust off, get good.
Need to sharpen this thing!
See if we can get that tail cut.
It's got its eyes on you! I owe you one.
Stay still.
The monster's looking at you!
Think I'd be able to read the body slam better, but no. Aw.
Love you, buddy.
Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Wet!
Nope. 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 It's a miss. Ah, get countered. There's the KO, finally.
I'm gonna get you!
Good knockdown. Oh. Ah, slightly out of position. That could have been enough to sever the tail. Bad missed. Hey, it's Camilios. Oh, we get its theme. That's fun. It's a lot of poison. Bad positioning on the tail, though.
Sweet moves. Mr. Monster, meet Mr. Weapon. It's got its eyes on you!
Come on, tail.
Watch out for the monster!
Again, with the 360. Man, I'm surprised no sever yet. 15-minute mark.
It's a bunch. It's got its eyes on you! That looks like it's gonna hurt!
Well. Alright, sushi. One sec. Up. Up and at them.
Rescued by my own puke.
Don't let him get away!
Okay. Might be getting close. Sub 20 would be good. Should be able to get the tail severed here. I'll settle for just doing damage. Oh, we did sever the tail. Alright, I'm gonna go get that before I forget. I didn't even see the animation for it, but that's good. Yeah, it's right there.
Carve, carve, carve!
Okay, well, then it followed us back. Or not?
Ride like the wind! Gotta be quick!
It's weird. I wonder why the AI did that. Flash bomb. Ow. I missed. Uh-oh. Got bubble blighted again.
Best, pal. Love you, buddy.
This is not the best place to be fighting. Tight corridor.
You're the best, pal.
The monster's looking at you!
You down again? Come on, buddy.
Rescued by my own puke.
Okay. Still haven't got the near death icon yet. There it is. Okay. All right, shooting for sub 25.
That's my buddy. I owe you one.
What do you think of me?
No, leaving.
Just a bit more!
Bah. All right, we'll finish it off in the next zone.
Let's go! Whetstone time!
Make sure your weapon is proper shot.
Whetstones.
I think we need to practice a few more rounds with sword and shield. I could easily get that time below 20 minutes. Made a lot of mistakes. Still haven't carded yet, knock on wood. Oh, are you going to go to sleep?
It's ready to blow. Let's make some fireworks.
All right. It exploded. I'll get your stretch and hydrates once we beat the quest, Sour Lad. Give me a minute.
It's got its eyes on you!
It's close. Sit down. There we go. Alright, it's like 22 or 23. A little bit slow. Admittedly, a little bit slow, but could be better. Could be worse. Alright. Oh.
You put on a good show, yeah.
I'll drink some of my good fuel.
Better myself.
What have we here?
So this should get us the afflicted scale pluses that we need for the elemental upgrade on those ice duels. Wonder if that means it's a universal material requirement for a level 4 element on any weapon. I guess I'll see. I'm going to need to upgrade stuff like that for my swords and shields too. That's part of the reason why the endgame grind can take so long. If you want to augment all of your gear, weapons, and armor, it takes a lot. A lot of materials. Okay, dire scale. Plus 1. All 3 of the ones below. My cat stole a mantle. That's pretty lucky. Okay, for this one, what do we get? Hit 139. 118 Mizutsune guild card titles. Oh, that's nice. Okay, 139. It's pretty good bump. We're pretty close to 140. I think 140 might be a break point for something.
Hey, how's it going? See you next time.
Let's see, how close are we to...
Hello.
Oh, Mizutsune is the required target. That's why we got such a big bonus. I might actually need to do that again before it cycles. It says expires after one quest. You get two stamps on the card, I believe, plus a bonus to the research points. Level 91 or higher. Okay. I think I might need to do that one more time anyway. We can switch weapons again. Let's see. Yeah, I only got 1 dire scale plus. We need 2. And then afflicted hard claw. And dire slogbone. I don't even know what drops that. I'll have to look at the graphic again. And then these here, risen bits, I have not gotten. Not high enough investigation level to do that.
Now that I got this curious crafting down, I feel like I'm starting to close the gap between Master Hammond's ability and my own. I bet he'd be mighty proud.
The rest of our slots, we need dire hardhorns and wings. One thing they added in the last update, I believe, these later tiers, you can have up to 10 augment slots for all these different customizations. But at 5, 6, and 7, or from 5 and 7, you get a sharpness boost, which is just an innate boost to the sharpness of the weapon. That's nice. I don't think that was in the game before, but I don't remember. But yeah, we've still got a ways to go before we unlock all the slots that are locked here. So the Risens are the final tier. That's going to be pain. That's going to be infinitely worse than the stuff I've done so far. Okay.
I'll be here when you need me.
This is going to be a bit of a risk, but I want to go Lance. I want to do some lancing. This is the set that I've built in mid to late game for Lance and Master Rank, and it's okay. It's fine. It's Resistances aren't great though, especially that -3 water resistance. But its base defense is 713. Like 100 something less than that dual set that I've been using for the majority of the stream. So it's a bit more of a risk to use this one, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see if we can get a good time. Okay, that should put us at... Oh no, that needs to go here. Yeah, that needs to go here. Defiance level 5. So this one has guard 5, Defiance 5, guard up, evade extender. 4 core skills I'd like to have on Lance just for insurance. It has protective polish, which is okay. It's got burst level 2. That should be a burst level 3 ideally. Slugger 1. Not bad, but there's no attack skills. No offensive skills on here at all. Which is part of the problem. The point of having the offensive skills is to boost the overall damage and get those hunt times down. Which is why I'm rebuilding my Lancer set. Let's go Laird. Normally we use high rank Kushala for Lance. A knight gladiator type look.
A special quest has been added.
Okay. Level 118 Mizutsune. This one, we'll go Lance. Team Lance. Feel Rain on Lance. Tsuchi. No one else I have can do Lance yet. And to unlock Minoto. I'll put you on Lance too. Everybody gets a Lance.
May tranquil days return to us shortly.
How sweet.
I'm really impressed with the Lance in this game. In base Rise, it was pretty fun. I mained Lance through the entirety of my Switch base Rise playthrough. And then I built a set for it when I switched to PC version. But prior to this game specifically, I've never played Lance any extended amount of time. Just didn't think it was that interesting of a weapon. But all of the parries and counters and the shield bash or whatever they call it. Super fun weapon. Such that I would consider maining this one in the next game if they kept a lot of those skills. Being able to tank through heavy hits and then parry everything else and just keep the offensive pressure on the enemy, I like a lot. I played Lance a little, very little in GU. It's the only other game I've really played Lance. Didn't play it in World. Didn't play it in fourth generation, really. Aside from GU, 3 and on, never really touched it.
There's the target.
That power stance Anchor Rage is also really handy. Getting that attack buff. 351, wow. A charge hit. Oh boy, just like that, I'm at 50%. That really should have hit me. I got super lucky with the hitbox there. Battle rights, that should have probably carded me, actually. don't think I'm going to focus on the tail sever for this one. You can do it with the lance. It just requires enough damage. But I'm going to focus on trying to get all of the afflicted bits so we can get a knockdown. Oh, that's more than one hit. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I'll need to block the sweep and then go for Anchor Rage on the flip. That probably does more damage. Yeah, go for the parry on that one. Anchor Rage will only block... Uh-oh. It'll only block one hit. So if you pick wrong, you're going to get clocked. I see your hydrate reminders. Snake, as soon as this thing de-zones and I get a minute, I will grab some more fuel. That... It's a lot of hydrates. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again. It's fine. It is still warm today. There you go. Timing's right, but missed the impact. Uh-oh. Let's keep poking you in the face. Ooh, it's a good knockdown. Who is that? Oh, it's Anjanath. Okay. See if we can get a ride. We are.
Bye-bye.
You've done this before, right?
Watch and learn.
You're a master riding machine.
Let's get that knockdown.
Royal pain, courtesy of a royal nut. How do you like that? My victory is a such
Try to get a KO too. Aww. There we go. Leaving? Alright. That's good. My sharpness is getting low. I think the set that I have mapped out, I actually got it off of Reddit. I think that's where I found it for Lance. I think it's Amatsu pieces. It's like a Teo helm, and no, it's not all Amatsu pieces. There's a Violent Mizu piece on it too, but I think it might get Heaven Sent. Should have more sharpness stuff on it than the set I'm using now, though, which is good. My sharpness runs out super fast. Someone put a trap down? Oh yeah, there it is. There you go. Back's broken. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the hydrates. My bad. I'll do it right now. I'm not gonna chug my fuel. Enough to make more. Whoa, frame rate. Wonder what caused that. Wow. Why is it hiccuping so much? I think I've had that problem at all since I got the new graphics card. It's weird.
Love you, buddy. You're the best, pal.
Oh, I got Bubble Blade again. Where are we at? About 10-minute mark? We're doing alright so far.
That's my buddy. Love you, buddy.
Gotta hit the weak points. Aw, what hit me? I might have been facing the wrong direction. Nope, not hitting the tail. I see you. You're not slick. I've only been hit by that about 20 times today.
Don't let it get away! Now
Okay, I think so. We're still making good time. Just need to keep the pressure on.
The monster's looking at you!
Oh,
Mine's better though.
sit down. Sarlet says, "Be right back." All right, dude. I'll be here. .316. Pretty strong hit. You want to get a ride? Nope. No host for you.
My apologies for the delay.
Oh, Chameleos again. Okay. I'm going to sharpen up. That's pretty cool. Even when the monster's coming in as a ride, the theme changes. We got Chameleos' theme, which is a really, really cool song.
Ready for some action?
You're a natural.
Oh, 15-minute mark. It's almost dead. That's pretty good. I'm going to laugh if we end up getting a better time than we did to SNS. Sit down. Uh-oh. Oh. I was stuck in mid-stumble thanks to the bubble blight, and that cost me a cart.
Now I'm really angry.
I guess I don't even think I could have panic dived that. Whoops.
Touchdown.
Okay, we made it. Should we relax for a bit?
All right, let's try and close this out.
Let's go. This should make it good.
We did the last one in like 20 something minutes, I think, with the sword and shield. I think we'll be right under 20 as long as I don't get carded again. Which tells me that, at least based on how I'm playing Lance, I think my DPS is higher. Alright.
Let's make some fireworks. Put down a bomb.
I threw Anchor Rage there, didn't go off. That almost killed me in one shot. Man, could have ended that maybe almost a minute sooner if I hadn't done that. Well, that tells me if I had a completely optimized set with some more offensive skills, my hunt times would probably be pretty low with Lance. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll have that set built by the next time I stream. I'll try. I've got a lot more grinding to do offline as well, but I'm really curious to take that one out since it's got a different skill set, but it's going to be geared around being able to tank things, all the parries and everything else. But it's got some more offensive skills on it, I think. I have to go look. I saved the build. I found it on Reddit. I just know that it's going to be an overall higher damage output set once I actually build it. Oh, got another mantle. That is quite lucky. 2 more afflicted dire scales. I think I carved at least one. 17 minutes for 118. That's not bad. That's respectable. Would have been about 16 if I hadn't carded. And now it's up to 128 or research level 141. That's pretty good. Okay, research request target is updated. Gold Rathian. Afflicted Gold Rathian. I don't even know if I think I do have that one unlocked, but I haven't tried it yet. That sounds like absolute pain. Maybe we can try it. Yeah, 128. Dire Scale Plus. What does Gold Wrath give? Silver is Dire Wing. Huh. I don't appear to have a Gold Rathian quest yet. Must not have found one. I was thinking of this one. I think it's A7. I think I'm on the tier. I just haven't picked one up yet, I guess. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, maybe we'll unlock one along the way, and I need to make sure and lock it in. That way I can farm that one. Oh, I see Mason Power's back. I hope your daughter's okay. Welcome back. We just finished up another quest against the Mizutsune, this time using a lance. It was pretty fun. I think I want to do that again. Not that same quest, and maybe another target. Let's go see what we need.
I hope we can talk again soon. Hey there.
Now, lance upgrades. I've upgraded very little on my lances. This one is currently using, oh, sharpness level 1. Okay. Doesn't have any element. I don't know. I gotta think about what makes the most sense there. Elemental lance is not as common since the elemental scaling. Since elemental scaling is okay, I think people do elemental lance, but I don't know if people go raw damage over elemental. I'll have to look at that because that's going to affect what I unlock for these. Mason says, "Why does she look like my sister?" You talking about the blacksmith or the quest girl?
I'll be here when you need me.
About the Cheech?
There's a special quest for you. Come again.
The princess of this particular kingdom, who's also our quest giver.
Hey, good to see ya.
Ah, the blacksmith. I like Minail's design. Her little goggles that she's wearing around her neck are a shout out to a character from an earlier game, which is kind of fun. It's too bad you don't get her as an NPC to take out on hunts. Okay, let's see. Let me go and grab my build list for that lance set. I don't remember what skills are supposed to be on it. I won't put it up on screen here. I just want to double check what it's supposed to have on it for later. Okay, guard bash, jewel. So Teostra head, Amatsu chest piece, arms, legs. Okay, that does give heaven sent, I think. And then Violet Mizutsune waist. So crit eye, crit boost. Yep, that's heaven sent level 3. Crit eye, crit boost. So critical, that's good. And then they recommend slotting in guard gear or guard decorations, attack, crit decorations, flame scale, jewel, intrepid jewel, shock proof. So that one won't have defiance. Basically, it's the set that I've got now, but with considerably better offensive skills. I might tweak that slightly to put evade extender on there. I like being able to sidestep a bit further. Mason says, if I could see the full hairstyle, I could probably get my sister to do her hair the same. She's probably played this. I think Minail, I can't change the camera really. She has long hair with like a side braid. I think it's probably right around shoulder, maybe a little bit past shoulder length.
See you soon.
Wait, let me see if I can sort of zoom in there. There. You can see it's, yeah, just past her shoulders. Yeah, it's a better shot. I like how she has this kind of heavy fabric outfit because she's a blacksmith. Like an apron. And then over here we got the cats. The feline's working on buddy gear. So if we want to deck out our Palamute, our dog, or our cat assistant with different gear. I have a matching in Valstrax's gear right now. But if we wanted to give them different armor, which boosts their stats and offensive capabilities, that's where you do that, right here. Okay, back to those ice duels. We need Hard Claw. Afflicted Hard Claw. That's Goss Harag, I think. Let's find out.
Be sure to check the special quest. Would you like to try an anomaly quest?
Yep. So that's Goss Harag and a couple other, which I probably don't have locked, but Afflicted Hard Claw. That's gonna be fun. It's a big snow Oni. We need fire for that. I could take Lance into that fight. Be fun. Let's go Team Lance one more time.
I pray for your good fortune.
I gotta switch my weapon. Leju Prominence. Rathalos Lance. And for this one, did I not buy a Guard Bash Jewel? Well, there it is. Guard Bash deals blunt damage to monster when blocking attack with the Guard switch skill without taking too much knockback. I should be slotting this in whenever I can on Lance. Okay. Ice. Our target is Ice Element.
Enough of that.
Level 101. I farmed this one a ton to get this level up here. It's like base Claw Plus, I think, before it becomes Hard Claw level 3 or tier 3.
Sure.
Mason says it'd be amazing if some of the game weapons could become real ones. Well, people have created real life replicas of a lot of the Monster Hunter weapons for cosplay outfits, which is pretty cool. I've seen some really neat exact recreations of the stuff you see in this game. People in the cosplay community and even the armor and everything else they've done is really impressive. It's pretty cool stuff. Here you are. As far as some of the other weapons, I don't know how practical they would be, since if you made an actual working version, they'd be very heavy. But you could do it. Okay, now I gotta remember Goss Harag's moveset. Oh. Oh, come on, really? Ow. Well, I'm not used to doing this fight with the lance. Ooh. Get up. Uh-oh. Not worth it. Oh, man. You're not invincible when you're trying to pick up your teammates. Oh, you do get passive damage when you block. That's what Guard Bash does. Interesting. Alright, leaving.
Stand and fight. Ride like the wind. Gotta be quick.
Okay, need to do a better job of reading some of the attacks. Those double hitting sweeps were definitely getting me. Should be able to block all the hits with no problem, but I need to kind of remember what has a follow-up so I don't drop my guard too soon.
I owe you one.
Ooh. Yeah, there's an Nova. Mason says, I remember working with a weapons designer and they were making a skull-breaking warhammer based off of Norse Sea Beast. If it was real, it would have been over 300 pounds. Yep. I believe it. A lot of the video game suspension of disbelief in this game, especially when you look at the great swords. You have all these really cool-looking weapons, but the hunters are said to be stronger than your average person, hence why they can use all these unrealistic pieces of equipment, but it's also just a video game.
You're the best, pal.
I got the best buddies in the world.
Ow, wow. Those 360s.
This'll all be over soon.
Ooh, I'm surprised it didn't kill me. That's a dangerous move.
Ready for some action?
Two hits. I don't think we've broken any pieces yet. We break the head, the horns, and each of the arms. Really? That didn't prompt? Oh yeah, I've heard of that Norse beast, Mason, the Jormungandr. See that in a lot of popular media. It's pretty cool. It's like a dragon,
Thanks a bunch.
like a big serpent dragon, I think.
That's my buddy.
Strike like thunder.
break each of the weapons on its limbs. There's the hammer. Okay. That went a little bit better. Still trying to get all of the reads on Gosfarag's moveset. Those swipes. That double slash. A good knockdown. Head's broken. Nope. I saw you that time. Saw you that time too. Oof, oof, wow. Hear the right cross. Nathan says, a sea serpent that circles the world, biting his own tail, is called the world serpent. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't know a ton of Norse mythology, but that's a creature that usually pops up in a lot of media.
This should make it good as new.
All right. I don't think there's a cart limit on this particular quest. I was near full health. Ooh, I almost threw that too early. Okay. All right, that works. That could have been bad if I mistimed that. Oof. That's the same attack that killed me last time. That sweep when it pulls the sword out of the ground. Uh-oh, I'm on my last cart. There's no faint restriction, but this one is a 30-minute. Just looked at the timer. Alright, so I'm going to have to be a little more careful. I know Gosfarag hits like a Mack truck too. I might have to come back with a higher defense set. 7 something is probably not going to cut it for 100, level 100 whatever. Hey, it's Maggie. Alright, let's get some free damage. Should be getting close to a kill. This should help a bit. Oh, I should take a defense boost. I'll do that while it's on the ground. Just because I'm on my last card. I don't want to do this quest again.
Love you, buddy. The monster's looking at you! Are you suffering from some sort of ailment?
Nobody saw that.
Come on, Atsushi.
My bad, Ace.
Whew, I was lucky.
Open wide. Mine's better though.
Alright. 75% I think is still one-shot territory. So I'm going to keep health high just to be safe. Ooh, arm break. Aw. Aw, really? Through. A little bit too early. Got smacked. No. Oh, there's two of them.
Wonderful work, my buddy.
Okay, gotta watch out for those planted swipes. That's KO'd me twice already. 15 minutes? Okay, I think we're getting close.
Let's go!
Come on, doggo.
This should make it good as new.
Wow, you're a whetstone whiz.
You should be proud of your polishing skills.
Alright, you sucker. That slow follow-up, the timing is a little bit tough to read. It doesn't even look like an attack. It's like it's turning around, but then you hit with a 360.
Ready for some action? I think you can handle things here.
Ah, there's the turnaround. T-Grex. Okay, near death. Just gotta keep the pressure on.
You're the best, pal. That's one for the history books.
Nope. Ooh. That was lucky. Let's even go death by wall bounce. I'm too far away from the things on the wall. Whatever. There we go. Like 19 minutes. Yeesh, that was close.
Today was a big step forward.
2 carts. I almost failed that quest. Little close for comfort.
Nothing suspicious around here. Let's get going.
Yeah, I should aim for those. Those would have done more damage. These little crustaceans on the wall. Okay, we got miscellaneous bits. Afflicted hard claw. 1, 2. That's nice. Take those. Leveled that one up to 109. Hit 142 on overall time. Mason says it looks like a bear, kind of. Yeah, the monster skeleton type for Gosharog is modeled after a bunch of bear, like upright bipedal walking bear creatures. And the actual Japanese yokai that Gosharog was modeled after is the Namahage, I think it's called. It's big, like, Oni-looking creatures from Japanese folklore that usually have either red or blue faces. All of the main cast of this particular title are based on yokai, at least the ones introduced in this game, which is kind of cool. If you like your mythology. Alright. I think I got the hard claw I needed.
Hey, good to see ya.
Yep. So now we can go up to plus 21 on ice. That's nice. And we have enough of the scales and the hard claws to do that on another weapon, but we would need more carapace. And then dire slog bones. That's an elder dragon material, I think.
I doubt I ever would have figured out how to perform these upgrades. I am truly grateful.
Let me look at my list here. Afflicted dire slog bones. Oh no, that's Lunagaron. Magma Almudron or Tigrex. Okay, that's not terrible. I have a Lunagar on quests I've queued and locked. 161 plus. Oh, I can't even unlock that yet. Oh. Okay. Well, that's going to be something else I need to work towards. 161. Wow. And for Dire Hardhorns, which I needed for something else, that is Diablos, Seregios, or Zinogre. I have a Zinogre one I was working on. 161 plus for that too. Ugh. Well, Risen Dragon Thick Blood, which is one of the top tier final upgrades, probably for the stuff down here. Yep. Oh no, Pure Blood is only up to 240. Risen Dragon Thick Blood, which is the highest tier, 241 plus A9. Oh, good Lord, I'm not even close. That's what I mean when I say the endgame grind is pretty serious. But we're chipping away. I think I'll probably work on this some more later. But we are getting near the 3-hour mark, so I think we will call that a stream for today. Hopefully next time I have that lance set finished and I can show off the skills and everything I've slotted in, and we can compare the times to this not optimized set with low defense. It's partly why I got KO'd twice on the last quest. 731, yeah, 731. 100 plus afflicted monsters hit very, very hard. Only imagine what it looks like. Maybe it's 250 is the max. I don't know. I thought it was 300. But we will see. We'll return to Rise at least one more time before Extra Life. That's at the end of August. So I'll probably stream it at least one more time this month and maybe beginning of next month. Because I got so much work I need to do in anticipation of that charity event. But before we wrap up for today, let me see who is online to raid. And we will try and spread the good vibes. Let's see. I know some folks are going to be online later. I do see Lib. Lib is online there doing a just chatting stream. Haven't raided Lib in a bit, so we can go raid them and see what's going on over there. So let me go ahead and switch to, I'll mute the game audio. We'll go to outro. There it goes. And yeah, we will call that a stream. Thanks to all the folks who came and hung out and watched me grind and farm stuff here. We will be back. I don't know when I'm setting the next stream date for. I'll work on the schedule tonight and it'll go up on Twitter. I might be back tomorrow. It's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday. I have to keep my Tuesday slot open in case D&D happens, but we'll see. Currently planning all that stuff out too. But in the meantime, again, thanks for hanging out, folks, and now let's go see what Liv's up to. For that to finish, and then we'll go ahead and raid.